and more. B1039.
Morning sun lights the day, Pat and Brian on the way. Stories of a small town life. Sports and joy cut like a knife. Hot stove leading for chat. High school dreams and college.
Introduction of any radio
I've
station.
been brought to you by Big Rapids Tire right here in Big
and
Rapids.
Bob Aldrich. Good morning, Bob.
Hi there.
Hey, Bob, you know, as I grew up on Sheridan Street, it's been many, many moons ago, there's a place across the street from the grandstand that my mother would tell us boys, go down there and buy some corn from Mr. Marek. Marek's were long-time sales of corn back before you planted your own corn. I don't know if you could plant your own corn and raise it like they did, but anyway, that's my first introduction to the Mareks, our guest today. Bradley Marek, been a hockey man for quite a few years now, grew up in hockey. His dad, Brian, been friends with him. He's actually, Brian was a third generation Marek that I knew. That's how old I'm getting. That's probably a good thing. It's better than dying young, right? But anyway, Mr. Marek had the best corn, and he raised a hell of a good man, Dave Marek, along with Steve. And the Mareks were just been a good family in Big Rapids for many, many years. Dave and I made a relationship years ago as a kids. He graduated obviously older than me. Been there, Big Rapids High School, I think in 65, I'm not sure. But anyway, and then he married the lovely Sue Groh right around the corner. The Groh girls were beautiful, Roberta, Dottie, and Sue. Their mother was a gorgeous lady, just a very good-looking family, but more importantly, a nice family inside and out. And so anyway, Dave and I became really good friends because he worked for next-door neighbor, Cliff Losey, at Michigan Cigar for many, many years. He was our salesman. Then when they sold, Dave stayed on until his retirement. But we sure miss him in the gas station because we had a lot of good talks. Dave took care of people. And I think this is where Bradley comes in with his work ethic is from Dave and Brian, his dad. Brian was, in his own right, one of our best hockey players Big Rapids has ever had. And I say that, I know you look back and you think, wow, Pat, you're talking big guys here. Coopers were great hockey players. Halverson, I think it was, or Hellerson. What the hell was their names? But anyway, we've had a lot of great hockey players. That being said, I know I asked somebody at one time, this is 20-some years ago, folks. I said, who do you think was the best all-time hockey player Big Rapids has had? And at that time, several people would say Brian Marek.
I've heard the same thing, honestly.
And Brian had the potential, but he and he has a big heart, but the heart wasn't there. He wanted to come back, small town guy. He wanted to come back to Big Rapids and got married and had Bradley here and gave Bradley the opportunity to do what he's doing today, and we're going to touch on that just for a little bit. But I just want to talk a little bit of history about the Mareks, and I want to talk about his grandmother Sue for a little bit. I want to, there's a lady that has had cancer, lost a leg to cancer, but never want anybody to feel sorry for her. She's just an uplifting human being. And one more thing about Sue, big heart. She knows that I help people once in a while. A good customer will come in with cancer or whatever and needs a little gas money or something. I'll help out. Somehow she found that out, and she's given me quite a bit of money to help these people. So forever indebted to her for what her generosity has been to this community. She's one of those unsung heroes everybody hears about. Oh, Pat Curry did this. I didn't do anything. It's just that I happened to be there at the time, right? Or Sheriff Miller, but Sue Sharp, she's just as good as anybody in this community as far as giving back. But Everett Fair is coming up a week from this Friday. The 4-H is going to showcase their animals up there. So if you got a minute, go up there. They have a great dinner. It starts at 5 o'clock. They have a lot of great families. Matt Burns' grandkids are going to be up there showing, and you can't ask for a better family than the Burns. But anyway, Clare County's going on right now in Harrison, so if you're not doing nothing this week, we're racing up there tomorrow. My God, I hope it cools down a little bit. They might even call it.
It's supposed to get warmer.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Well, good morning, Sheriff Miller.
Morning.
And then you've got Sheriff Miller here is kind of the guy that gets me these guests that come on, or gets us our guest every week. And this week we have Bradley Marek, and I'm going to let Bradley and Brian talk a little bit here. I just wanted to throw that introduction about your family, Bradley. Forever, we're grateful to have the Marek family in Big Rapids. And, you know, I don't know, I hope we get a chance to talk about the work ethic that you must have to get where you've accomplished, where you've been, and where you're going. It's just unbelievable. I keep watching Facebook. Your dad puts on videos. You were 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't know how old you are now, but you've hit it. You've hit it, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a lot to my family and support staff, whether it be in the community or, I love this smaller town, and being able to come back every summer is a huge blessing for me and my girlfriend included. Her family's from around here. So, just to be able to do my work here and go back in the season fully prepared and rested, that's the big thing. So,
well, but it goes by so darn fast. You were just a little kid the other day. I remember your dad used to come into Grunts Brothers with your mother, and he'd have his little, he was a martial arts kid. Did he ever talk about that? Yeah, he was. I think he had a black belt. I'm not so sure he doesn't.
Well, I'm not gonna. You never.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, knowing Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't upset him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a little white cape on there, the black belt around it, and I swear, where you been, little fella? And I swear to God, he's probably 8 years old. And yeah, and your mother was taking him to the martial arts.
Oh, that's grandmother.
Yeah, his Bradley's grandmother. Yes. But anyway, that being said, it seems like you just started playing hockey. I remember Brian taking you to practices and stuff, and your dad, now he's a coach, and I'm sure he's a great one. People say he is anyway. But let's talk about you. I mean, what separates you from the ordinary, you might say? Because everybody, it's in the blood of hockey players. I noticed of all sports, that's the one that people just love. It gets in the blood of you people. And when I say you people, I'm not one of you because I never played hockey, but I know Brian, his kids love hockey. I mean, of all the sports, they play football, baseball, volleyball, whatever, soccer, it's hockey. Everything's hockey. And you have been that one sport, haven't you? Just hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I touched with baseball a little bit middle school. It was just, something to do in the summer, but I always had I was a hockey-driven player, so, but huge, like I said, to my dad, to my cousin, two very influential people in my life that drove me to hockey.
Literally.
Literally, literally and figuratively. But yeah, with that hard work and stuff, it all comes from them, right? You look up to your elders, and you see what they're doing, and you see the hard work that they put in, and you learn lessons that they, I wish I could have done this, or I wish I would have done this. So, I think I figured it out at a young age where I don't want to be, wishing that I did this or wishing that I did that. Let's just do it now and see where it takes us.
Yeah, because a lot of people get into that mode, and they'll say, I've had enough of this and leave, and then they go back and say, gosh, I would have done it. You never had that feeling at all. You never had that quit in you, did you?
No, not really. I love the game.
Yeah.
That's just
how do you love it? I mean, because it's a 24/7, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
you must have
it's busy.
To get where you're at.
It's a lot. Like in the summers, it's training in the morning and then going and skating in the afternoon, and eating right all the time. I mean, you can take some days off, but you don't want to get carried away, obviously. But it's definitely taxing on the brain. But the summers are so good. Like, I got to go to the fair 3-4 days out of the week, and when it was here, and just see people and talk to people and watch the races and do all the fun stuff there. So it's so good to be able to come back home and kind of decompress and get away from the game a bit.
Now, when you decided to do hockey, this is your whole life. I mean, hockey, is it year round now? Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty year round. Yep.
Yeah, and you never get bored.
No.
Have you reached to the top? Have you said to yourself, "This is as fast as I can go," or do you keep going more?
I think it's good to balance it, right? Like seeing, it's a Wednesday. Normally, I take the day off the gym on Wednesdays. I'll do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and skate on those 4 days. But it's just good to, sometimes say, okay, my body needs a little break, or it needs a week off, or it needs 3 days, whether it be, spread out or all in a row. But it's good to get away, because if you don't, you'll burn out real fast.
Are people pretty good in that sport, or people get jealous of you, like saying, gosh darn, I got to get him out of here because he's getting better than me or whatever? Pretty competitive.
Maybe when I was
isn't it?
younger, but I don't know about anymore. The guys are pretty good now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome. You're going to, where are you playing now, Minnesota?
I just signed with the Minnesota Wild, yeah.
Boy, that put a smile on everybody's face, didn't it? It's kind of like big NFL, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you're going to the top league now. And what position do you play then?
I'm a centerman, or I can play forward. So I play just left wing, center. I can play right wing if you need a utility guy.
So you're fast, big and strong. That helps, don't it?
Yeah.
Big and tall.
Yeah.
How tall are you with skates on?
With the skates, probably 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. What are you weighing in at now?
Like 206.
So you want to kind of stay a little slim to...
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm up and down the ice. I got to be a lot of spots, and that's just what I found with our nutritionist last year and our strength coach last year, that was the good weight for me. I didn't want to be much over, 210. I felt a little sluggish on the ice, a little slower, and it's so dialed in where 207 might feel great to you, and then 210 you can notice a difference because you're so in tune with your body.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like a machine,
It's
aren't you?
crazy, yeah.
What now? This dumb question, because there's people out there in hockey land like Paulette DeVries is listening. I guarantee
Yeah,
you.
she is.
Yeah.
She's going to say, that's a dumb question, Pat. Everybody knows that. How long are you on the ice in one set?
Oh, it just depends.
Oh, okay.
It could be, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute. If you get stuck out there, it could be 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you stay out there 2 minutes and go as fast as you go?
No, you cannot.
No.
I mean, some guys can, but I can't. That's
So, like, when you go out there for 30 seconds, you give it all, right? You're going like
Yeah,
heck. And
yeah.
then how long a break do you have?
So it just depends. There's 4 lines,
Okay.
4 forward lines, 3 defenseman pairs, and usually younger hockey all the way up to junior or college hockey. It's you kind of rotate lines, so rotate through 4.
So how long will you be out for then?
3
2
minutes.
3 minutes
two and
is
a
all,
half,
and you
3
can
minutes.
revive yourself
Yeah.
in 3 minutes. And then
Yep.
you drink Gatorade and stuff like that in between?
Oh yeah, like I wasn't even drinking water really on the bench. These like element packets, they're like 1,000 milligrams of sodium. It's crazy, but it just works best for me. Some guys don't have to use them. Some guys I cramp real easy,
Okay.
so I needed to have them.
Yeah.
So it's just preference.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, you think about it, though, your legs got to be good shape, don't they? Do you do a lot of running on off skating time?
Not a lot of running, more biking and
Okay.
just weight training in the off season.
It's like a machine, though. They got, them guys will tell you what you got to do to stay in shape.
Yeah. No, I just hand it to them and say, hey, tell me what I got to do. I'll do it,
Yeah. What motivates you every day to do this?
Oh, I think my family.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big family-driven person. Whether it be my girlfriend in the mornings when I, get out of bed and I say I don't want to do that, or I don't want to do this, or
Yeah.
she's like, I mean, at least you woke up, right? You got to. God has blessed you with another day, so
Right. Yeah.
take it as you would, tell your son or anybody, right?
Yeah. What did now your girlfriend? Who's that? What's her name?
Kristen Cranny.
Oh, from Stanwood area,
Yep.
Granny's?
Yep.
Scots?
Yep.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, she's got good blood in her then.
Yeah, she does. I mean, same
Yeah.
values as me, and
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
made me so much of a better person, and I attribute a lot of last year to her cooking me meals and
Yeah.
making sure I'm.
How did you
on
meet
the
her
right
then?
track. Just from around the area. I mean, she went to Morley, I went to Big Rapids, and
Okay.
we kind of known each other. And
But I mean, but you didn't have a lot of time to meet girls.
no, it was early last summer, and I kind of asked her to coffee one of the days, and
Okay.
we had some coffee and walked the dog, and
That was it.
just hung out. Yeah, it was awesome. And
Yeah. Well, she comes from I know her dad real well, and Just think the world of Crannies. They've
Yeah.
been a big part of Stanwood for a lot of years. So,
sure.
yeah, just like the Merricks have been in Big Rapids, just good people. Let's talk about your grandmother a little bit, Susan Sharp there. What influences she had, I know, a big. Let's talk about her. Just tell me what she's meant to you.
Yeah, I mean, she's been everything to me. You see everything that she's been through and how hard she battled through it, not just once but twice. And there's no excuses for me at that point.
Right.
Or a lot of the people were very fortunate to, some of us, not have to go through that battle. But I think you can learn a lot from people who are going through those type of things. And we went over and my girlfriend and I had dinner with her last night at her place, and it's just amazing. The smile she always has.
Oh yeah.
Like you're saying, giving back and doing amazing things for people. She still is, not sorry for herself, or she's just going and just being a great person every day, because that's who she is. And I learn a lot from her, and I like to think I take after her as much as I can.
Yeah, I see that, because I tell you what you don't know what you're doing though to her, you're keeping her alive. I'll tell you, being a papa or being a nanny is the greatest gift God ever gave us. We think our children are, but there's nothing better than a grandchild coming to your house and spending time with you. Because as we get older, we value our time left, and we value our grandchildren. I mean, I just love it when our grandchildren come to the house, and I just regret it when they leave. And I know you've been a big part of her life, and whenever I bring your name up to her, she always has that big smile. But prior to bringing your name up, she still has that smile. And people, I think we take for granted sometimes our health and our wealth, and it has nothing to do, because the end of time could be tomorrow. And she's an inspiration, that's for sure. And I just want to thank you for being a good grandson, because a lot of guys, they go on and they forget about their papas and nannies, and you're not one of those guys. And that says a lot about your character. And I think that's one of the reasons you are successful. You put family first. Now let's talk about your dad. We said earlier in the show that your dad was probably, well, let's just put him in the top 20 of all-time Big Rapids High hockey.
Top 2.
Yeah.
Well,
Anybody I've spoken to that played hockey at Big Rapids or played with him, say that he was the best one to ever come through the program.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that too. And I can remember his dad, though, but it takes a dedicated parent. And his dad, Dave, and his mother, Sue, made sure he got to those practices and made sure that he had everything that he had to be successful. And so now he produces you. And as I'm talking about this, your grandpa Dave and Sue were very good horsemen too at the time when they had horses. They had Perchance. I drove her. I think I won with her in Mount Pleasant back in the day. But Dave and Sue had that nice little farm down 190th Avenue, which you remember probably. And they were very, very successful people. One of the reasons they were successful is because they were dedicated. Whatever they did, they took their time. They weren't in a rush, and they were successful. So sometimes you look at life and you think, I got to rush and get there. Now, this brings up to my next question to you is, you had a lot of patience. I mean, the average age of an NHL player would be what right now?
I think it's 28, 29.
Okay, and how old are you now?
I'm 24.
Oh, well, you're pretty young then.
Yeah.
But you took patience. How many years you been in the undergrad or whatever you call the?
I just finished my second year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's still, I could be up, be down, and it's just the way the contract, and it was just the step in the right direction. I mean, you sign the best contract you can, and whatever you get, you take whatever, you can, right?
Yeah, right.
Take advantage of it.
But obviously you feel you can play with these guys.
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, you think about
No hesitation.
Yeah.
No hesitation there.
Well, I just smile because I tell you, like Justin Curry, he was the first one out of Big Rapids to play in the NFL, and unfortunately, he got hurt and then got hurt again. But he was there, he made it. But the odds are so incredible that why did God pick you to be successful as you are, that's a question I'm sure you ask yourself a lot. But I think the reason is your family, like you say, and your work ethic, your family. It goes back to your great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather Frank, that had cornfield. You know, he worked hard at it, and he sold all the corn in all the Third Ward.
Right.
I don't know if he reported it, but anyway, I just the work ethic, you know, and that's what I tell my help when they come to work for me. If you come to work in a gas station, it's just a front job, just a startup job. Somebody's going to see you and say, hey, that kid or that girl's got good work ethic.
Right.
I want her to work for my company, or I want him to work for my company. It's work ethic. Your family has that. But that being said, you know, just like today, you're in here and you came back and Brian called you and asked you to come in for the interview. You had no hesitation at all, did you?
No. Yeah.
You haven't forgot where you came from.
Of course not.
No, you never will either.
No.
Brian, I'm going to let you say a few words. I apologize for taking up all this time.
But you're good at it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have the history you do with the Mareks. I can just tell you, you know, I knew Bradley from a young age because his dad working at the fire department in town, working with Brian along over there, and knowing Danielle, his mom, through DHS, CPS at the time, and just you know, a quality person. You talk about you know, hockey, and I've brought this story up many times, but it's the truth. We played hockey on the pond when I was a kid. That was about the extent of it. Never followed really hockey much until we decided to get Cameron signed up for hockey when he was 4 years old. And I remember Charlie Pippin at the time, whose son Brendan, you know, was 3 or 4 years older than Cameron. He said, it's a cult. And I said, we're signing him up for ice skating. What are you talking about? It's a cult, I'm telling you. And, you know, here we are, you know, 13 years later, and both boys, hockey is their favorite sport. You know, Cameron's a forward center and Cooper's a goalie, and you know, there's nothing else that they'd rather do. You know, I look at Cooper, and you know, he does football, hates conditioning, but I guess if you look at him, he's a lineman. But he loves hockey. You know, tonight they have tryouts for the Bantam travel team that Brian could be coaching, and you know, Cooper is super excited about it.
Yeah.
Do you realize what you are?
I think honestly, Pat, I'm just a regular Big Rapids guy. I don't think anything.
Well, I can.
And I'm not pumping you up because that would be the wrong thing to do. But when I say that is, do you realize how many little kids are looking up at you, even though you're 24 and you're very young, but you're mature, but you are now at a stage of life that people are going to look up to you and watch if you make a mistake, or if you say the wrong thing. And these kids, you're their hero, aren't you?
Well, I use an example. And I don't know if you remember this. It's when they had the rink down in Hemlock Park.
Sure.
This is probably 7-8 years ago.
Or 20.
Or no, well, not quite that many, but I don't think Cooper was even born yet.
Okay.
But we took Cameron down there, and Bradley was down there. You were probably high school age at that time, and you know, I don't remember who you had with you, but you had somebody with you, and they were skating, and you know, Bradley kind of came up to Cameron, and you know, kind of worked with him a little bit, and that's something that I, you know, remember to this day.
Yeah.
You know, is how approachable Bradley was, and his willingness to work with Cameron at that age. You know, this is just Hemlock Park, the middle of the week, under the lights.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I shouldn't talk about this on the radio, but well, maybe I won't. No, I won't. No, but
Good luck.
You know, you ever get caught up like some people talk to you because who you are and not what you are?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you understand that.
Yeah.
Because that's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, I want to be with him because who he is.
Right.
And what you really are is a good human being. But these little kids are going to be watching you, and I know you'll be a good role model for them. Like Justin, he was very humbled when he went to NFL. Rex Schubert was very nice. You know, I bring Rex's name up because him and Steve are good friends, and they would go there, and Rex would talk very highly of him, you know. But nobody was better fit for that program than Justin, because and to this day, he never brags about it.
Right.
And he wasn't no superstar, but he made it. And
That's
unfortunately, the guy hit him in the ankle there and kind of ruined his career out of it. But like he said to me, he goes, you know, I've come out it healthy. I got a nice family now. It's my next chapter of life. He said, I was very fortunate. But he goes, remember what NFL stands for, Uncle Pat? And I said, yeah, National Football League. He goes, no, not for long.
Oh, yeah.
Not for long.
Yeah.
But
It's
anyway,
true.
but like Ed Filion, you know, Ed, we were just talking about him the other day. He played for Ferris back in the 90s and went on to Buffalo Bills, and he started a few games, but he'll tell you, you know, it's tough in that league. Mm-hmm. But he never brags about it, but he doesn't realize how many people look up to him and say, wow, you know, you're the NFL, you know, you're something else. You wouldn't know he was anything.
Right.
Because he kept his humility.
Approachable.
Yeah,
Very much so.
Yeah. And I see you doing the same thing. But you know, over my lifetime, I've seen a lot of guys hit their stride and do very well and get all this money. And next thing you know, what happened to that guy? Well, he got on drugs, or he was an alcoholic because he just couldn't handle the stardom.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see that happening. No, Bradley Merrick, do you?
No.
Well, I don't think his dad would allow it.
No, yeah, no.
Knowing Brian,
I think yeah, I would 100% agree. I don't see it happening, but you know, you think about how hard you work to get there. And so,
But you see guys in your field do that, don't you? You've seen some people fail because mentally they couldn't handle the success and comprehend what was going on. They needed help, but they didn't reach out to get help.
You're right.
And that's true in life and all. Let's talk about your dad a little bit, his influence on you in your lifetime.
Yep. I mean, my dad is, you know, if not everything, you know, very close to, like very good role model for me. Showed me the way, paved the way of, hey, we got to be a good person first. We got to be, you know, respectful. Got to do our chores when we're told, you know, but also we got to put the work in on the ice when it's time. If you want to do it, we're going to do it.
So, do you ever play against him?
Oh, gosh, maybe just like a parent-kid game. That's it. Nothing crazy.
What do you think of him on skates?
I mean, he's still really good. Like,
Yeah.
when we go out, we just had a little hockey camp that, you know, Cooper was in, and it was awesome. Like, he can, his edges and this and that are still so good. I mean, maybe there's some things that he has regressed on, of course, but he's still such a great hockey player. And it's like, wow. I mean, I wish I could see, I think I've seen videos, but I want to watch him again now that I'm older. And
VHS?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally.
So you and him put a hockey camp on then?
Yeah, we did just
Talk
this
about
past
that
week.
a little bit. What was that all about?
You know, I wanted to come back and do something for the community and the kids, and we had about 18 kids that signed up from 13 to, well, 14, some 13 to 17 years old.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and it was unbelievable. It was a great turnout.
Cooper
We
was
did
there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, a lot of skill stuff, you know, player, you know, development stuff, whether it be on the ice, off the ice. We got to talk to the new Ferris coach, and he said some words to them, which was great. And yeah, just it was good. 2 hours on the ice a day.
Yeah.
And
How many days was
stuff.
that for then?
5.
So your dad did that for 5 days with you, huh?
Yeah.
You got a lot of pictures, I hope.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Because I tell you, your dad, he's a blacksmith, shoes horses too, you know, until he hurt his elbow. And he's a good blacksmith, but we miss him because he can't do it as much as he used to. But time and all this and that. But my son Matt and him become very good friends. Over the past few years, and I've known Brian, like I say, for years, and he is just a really special person. But his dad was too, and mom. You know, like I say, we won't go on. I just retracted myself, but. I bet those kids really enjoyed it, didn't they, Brian? Those little guys.
Cooper loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, like every night he came home, he crashed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he would come home and lay down on the couch. There was one day I came home from work and he's laying there sleeping. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's good.
You know, because I think it was, you know, took a lot out of him, but he enjoyed it. I mean, never had to fight with him to get up in the morning. You know, sometimes depending on what sport it is, you got to say, hey, let's go. But with hockey, both my boys are, boom, they're up and ready, and they're waiting at the door for you. And that says a lot about the sport. But just speaking about last week, Cooper just enjoyed it immensely, and learned a lot. Took a lot of shots. He still has a couple bruises on his legs that from last week. Heather noticed it last night. He goes, you should have seen it last week, Mom.
But now Cameron didn't go then?
Cameron's working, so
okay.
and right now he's got something with his shoulder.
So your dad and you play the same position, though? Did your dad play your?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Same position, yeah.
So he had a lot of expertise teaching you the skills that you have to this day. He taught you the fundamentals of them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool, ain't it?
Yeah.
So, comparison to him, and this is not a fair question, but I do a lot of this and unfair questions.
Yeah.
But does your dad ever tell you that you're better than he was?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's told me a couple times.
Yeah. So
But hey, don't ask him.
That's a hell of a compliment, though, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because he still is, like you say, he still puts the skates on. He's pretty good, ain't he?
He is. Yeah.
But you look at a coach, anybody that's had him as a coach.
Oh yeah.
There isn't a person out there that you find that had him as a coach that wouldn't want him to be coaching their kid as they continue to move up. I think the fundamentals, and he doesn't allow you to slack. Based on what I've heard, and I'm hoping Coop has that chance to play for him too, because I just think you could take a lot from him.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that too. I asked a lot of questions, and I talk a lot in this community. Everybody knows that. Some good, some not so good. But I asked what separates him, and everybody says he's a pretty unique person, let alone a great coach. And this comes from parents or little guys. What is it that separates him from just the average guy? Is it just because he's so knowledgeable about the hockey game?
Yeah, I think he takes he's learned a lot from me too, when they're watching my games or seeing different. We'll chat on the phone for hours sometimes about. We get caught up. My girlfriend hates it, but we'll talk for hours about hockey and strategy and this and that and what we should be doing or what they should be doing. We just love the game that much, and I think he carries that into his coaching. And he's a fantastic coach with young kids. He has some patience, but not too much. But he's also very smart with the game, driven in the game. So he wants to continue to grow and change. As the game changes, he changes with the game.
Yeah. Boy, we'll take a break. It's half hour already, Brian.
Yeah, it's flying.
Jeez.
This is only 40 seconds, so don't go far.
No.
Yeah.
You want a water?
I'm good.
How about you, Bob?
I'm good. I
Want a shake?
Yeah, really. I need
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Brian?
No, I'm good, sir. Thank
Well,
you.
let's take a break.
All right.
Thanks,
Right back.
Big Rapids Tires.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
Hooked at Curries.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
Yeah, we're back.
Well, we're back, Bob, with the Bob Aldridge here studio in Big Rapids, Michigan, B1039. The new B1039. It's been here
Oh,
for 10
it's
years.
forever.
How many years you been here, Bob?
What is it, 9 now, Jack? 9, yeah.
God.
Yep.
I'll be
2016. we
Hard to
started.
believe how fast time goes by, and this is why we're in the studio today, because time's flying by. Bradley Marek's with us this morning with Sheriff Miller. We're talking about NHL guy here. I mean, he's worked hard for it, and he's achieved it, and now he's got to stay there. You get up to that area of life, and you sit there and go, now I got to retain it. One thing I always ask my vendors to see if I'm successful or not this month, I always say to them, how am I doing? And they say, you don't know? I says, no, I don't. I said, I want you to tell me. Oh, you're up 3%. You're up 5%. You know, you're retaining the sales here, this and that. How's everybody else doing? Do you ever look at anybody else and see how they're doing compared to you?
Yeah, I think it's good and bad. You know, I think you can look at anybody and say, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. You know, I wish I was this good. I wish I was, you know, whatever. But then you take a step back when you're done, and I've heard this a million times, is that you didn't get to truly, truly enjoy the moment and how special it was that, you know, you did get to play. Like he was saying, that, you know, the National Football League, you know, not for long. So you got to enjoy those years, and it's hard. It's so hard, especially with social media and stuff like that. You see everything now. So just being able to be on kind of my own page and say, okay, we're here, and we did this together, you know, my family, myself, my girlfriend, let's enjoy it as much as we can. Let's do things outside the rink. Let's, you know, we're here. So
that's good. That's good. That's what you should do, and that's what I always said too. I never worried about my competition. I worried about my customer.
That's right.
Yeah, take care of yourself and take care of that family. That's good. That's good. Good way of going at life. You talk about your girlfriend quite a bit here. The first half of the show. I see love there. Any plans on? Can we announce it on the radio right now?
I can't give away all my secrets here.
Okay, that's a good answer. Yeah,
give away all my
sounds like
secrets.
she's a terrific girl.
Yeah.
Was she working?
Yeah, she's a nurse.
Okay.
So she does some travel nursing stuff when we go out to Des Moines.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's unbelievable. When we were leaving, speaks to her character. They wanted her right back when we came back in town. So
oh wow!
Yeah, so she's been holding a position there, kind of doing some online stuff with them. She actually is doing 2 days a week up in Ludington with one child who needs some extra help at home. So she's doing that stuff twice a week, and I mean, unbelievable person. You know, she.
Oh, I know.
Well, here's
so
a tougher
driven.
question.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you actually think of Chris?
Chris is awesome. I actually love Chris.
Okay.
So
That's her stepdad, Chris Polis.
Oh yeah. Good Lord, yes.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, he's awesome. But
Trina's unbelievable too.
Right.
His
Yeah.
wife.
Oh God, yes. I don't forget her. Yeah.
Just two amazing people. I mean,
yeah.
that was another big thing for me. Like I said, I'm a family man, so seeing that she has a good family behind her and her brother and sister too are just two amazing people. So
Beautiful smiles.
right. I mean, it's great. Like them as a whole is amazing, and I couldn't have asked to hop into something better.
We work with Chris quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, with what he does. Chris, he's probation parole, and you're not going to find anybody better. And I honestly, truly mean that. He's just a great agent, and just does a great job, and a great person.
Yeah, he is.
So where are you going to move? When do you have to go up Minnesota?
September. Like I'm gonna leave probably early September. I'm gonna get there probably a week or two early.
What town?
Before in Minneapolis.
Oh, you are going to live right in town?
Well, that's like where camp is.
Right.
So we'll find you get what's called a housing letter when you're on, you know, the NHL team or the American League team. Everybody receives a housing letter that they think is going to be up for more than half the year. And then you find a place, so they have to provide housing until you get a housing letter.
Oh, wow.
And then you have like 36 hours to find the house.
Really?
Which is crazy.
Well, my nephew Justin lives out there in Kazan, Minnesota. That's just south. He works out at Minneapolis, but it's right next to Rochester. That area is beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is gorgeous.
Yeah, you don't want to be in downtown Minnesota.
No,
really.
no. This is just south.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's just drivable, and a lot of people work in Minneapolis that live out there. But boy, it's beautiful country out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Michigan.
Yeah,
has a lot of Michigan character to it.
Yeah,
and the people are very, very nice. I spent a couple of days out there at Justin's there, and I got to talk to neighbors there. It's just a great community.
Yeah,
America is a great country.
It is.
In all, it's just the news only focuses on the teardowns of the big cities and whippy-doo, you know. But you come out here. But anyway, so you're going to go out there in September. How long a season would that be then? September to
April's the regular season. It ends, and then playoffs.
So now you have met a lot of your teammates already out there, or no?
Yeah, I knew most of them from last year.
Oh, okay. Oh, how's that then? You played with them a little bit last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then you met a lot of people over the years.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking story. I mean, I'm sure you saw a young man come up like yourself and couldn't just quite do it. Did you see that? And how did they?
Yeah, I mean, you see, hockey has a very high turnover rate, especially with coaches for some weird reason. But yeah, I mean, everybody. You have my probably best friend on the team last year. A week before the trade deadline gets traded, and it's like, all right, we'll have dinner and then see you later. And I don't know when I'll see you again, if I ever do. So it's just one of those things that sucks. I mean, my girlfriend got close to some of the wives and girlfriends on the team, and then they get moved around or they get traded, and it just happens in an instant, as it does in any sport. And she's like, oh, no, I don't have her as a friend anymore. She's gone. Or
You forget it's a business.
Exactly. And that's what I,
But
explained
it's a tough
to her.
business.
Yeah, it is. But it's,
Well compensated. Right, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Mentally, it's a tough one.
It
isn't
is. It is.
But you got to understand that's the
Yep.
the way it is. Back in the old days, a guy played like Gordie Howe. I mean, he was with the Red Wings forever.
Yeah.
Al Kaline was with the Detroit baseball team forever, and he wouldn't be traded, wouldn't take all the money in the world to leave Detroit. But nowadays, it's like, God, you got to do it for yourself and your family, don't you? It's just whatever you can take advantage of it.
Yep.
But you wouldn't do anything else, would you?
No.
Being that said, what would you be doing right now, you think?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
I know.
Probably coaching hockey, honestly.
No, but if you took hockey out of your
gosh.
life, what?
I don't know. Probably something in sports or something, whether it be commentating sports or like a color guy or something like that. Mm-hmm. I just love sports.
I've always, I'm going to hit Brian for a minute. Brian, what the heck would you have done?
Without sports?
No, without being a sheriff.
Yeah.
Without being a detective. What else would you have done in your life?
That's all I know.
Yeah.
That's all I know. That's all I wanted to do since a young age.
Right. Be a
was
cop?
be in law enforcement. And that's all I know. And I retire, though, and I want nothing to do with it.
Right.
In all honesty, I mean, when that time comes, I'm not going to hang around as, doing something in law enforcement. I'll find something else to do for a little bit to keep me busy. And
Well, isn't it funny, though? It's like some people do some things and then they get to that plateau and don't go any further. You have gone on being a detective to a sheriff. It's just something in you that you felt that you had to do. I know, and you've been a fine sheriff and everything, but a lot of detectives never become sheriffs, never become public directors, but there's a minority that do. And that's the same thing with you, Brian. I mean, there's a lot of great hockey players that probably should have went to NHL, like your dad maybe, but never did. I know we're putting your dad way up there on a plateau here.
but he should be.
Yeah.
Right,
But I don't think your dad, on the other hand, has any regrets, because I think what your dad has done, everything he's ever wanted to do. He's been a blacksmith. He's been a coach of the little guys there, and he's been a fireman.
Yeah.
But he never stopped. He kept on doing something more that he wanted to do, and then producing somebody like you has got to be
With the values that he has.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You turned out to be a pretty good guy. Don't get a big head over it, but there's just a lot of. I guess where I'm going with this is, your dad's been more than anything else a successful father.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, you look at him and say, "Wow, Dad, thanks a lot." Because if it wasn't for your dad, you probably wouldn't have kept he could have turned you into a spoiled little hockey player.
Yeah.
And Brian will tell you, there's a lot of little kids out there that get that way, and then they struggle when they hit 18 years old, when it's all over with. Well, what do I do now, Dad? Do I keep on being my spoiled little guy and live in your basement? There's a lot of good parents like your dad out there, and like you, Brian. And well, I don't know. I'm just going on and on and on.
No, I mean, with that, I was
Good point.
fortunate enough to have the opportunity to move away from home when I was 16 years old. So I had to grow up pretty fast and learn, like, you're gonna go live with a random family in
Yeah.
Southern
How
Illinois
was that?
It was unbelievable. Like, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. From 16 to 20, you're living with random people that now, looking back at it, I'm still, I just got a card from one of them in Illinois. So it's like, oh, this is unbelievable. You were gracious enough to let me come into your house and stay at your house and cook me meals and do this. And it's just, I had to realize how to be a man kind of at an earlier age. And I think that helped with some of my maturity and stuff like that. But, yeah, like you're saying, there's a lot of it in hockey, though. And you see it at that level, too.
No, the sticks. You've gone through a lot of sticks, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you do with the old ones?
No, I don't know. Now, probably just throw them away or something like that.
I don't think you should. You should be signing them and bringing them back here, and we could auction them off at some of these fundraisers, right, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you know that give back, like stuff like that.
Sure.
These little kids, like harness racing, these drivers, they'll give a whip out to the kids standing there by the fence, and man, that makes his whole day,
Right.
They keep them forever. But yeah, that's great. Yeah, Brian, I'll let you talk for a little bit. I apologize again. I get to rambling on. Too many questions.
Oh, that's good. So moving into this year, I guess what are your expectations? And I mean, you're kind of coming into something brand new that you've never faced before, and so I guess what are some challenges and expectations you have coming into this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I've thought about it a lot. Obviously, trying to prepare yourself as best as possible and be ready to go physically and mentally off the ice. And then on the ice, it's just, I think for me, all about compete. And it's keeping the foot on the pedal the entire time, going to work, being an honest player, honest person. But it's definitely going to be a lot of changes, going from, even in the American League, playing in front of 13,000 people. There's 22,000 people in these NHL stadiums, and you're playing against the best of the best, top in the world. So it's
Are you excited about that? Sorry to cut you off. I mean, when you bring that up, I think to myself, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he's going to be, getting to go against McDavid, Crosby, all these guys.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to be intimidated?
No, I don't think so.
Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing it your whole life. It's
I
one of
know,
those
but
things.
these guys are. These guys been on TV. You watch them, and you're sitting there going, "Wow, I got to go up against that guy." You don't see that. That doesn't bother you.
No, I look.
Good for you.
Our coach told me. I remember this forever. I don't know why, but we were playing one of the best teams in the nation. We were probably 13 years old, playing the Chicago Mission, and we're all super nervous. Whatever, blah blah blah. And the first thing our coach says is, "How do you guys tie your skates?" I said, "Oh, we bend over and tie our skates." And they said, "Well, they do it the same exact way." And he walked out of the dressing room.
Wow, yeah.
And it's the
Herb
same,
Brooks.
Yeah, same kind of thing, right? So it's, they tie their skates the same way as me, and we wear the same gear. We do the same thing. Yeah, they're the best players in the world.
Yeah.
No doubt about that, and you have to respect them for that, or else they'll burn you and they'll score a goal.
Right.
But, you've prepared for this. Your team's prepared for it.
Do you think that you going in there against them, do you think they look at you and say, okay, I'm going to pick on this Bradley Marek kid because he's new to the league, and I'm going to try to intimidate him, scare him a little bit so he'll get off his game? Because it is a head game, too.
Yeah.
You got the athletic ability, and probably the best skater in the world had a head problem that stopped him from achieving his goal, right?
Right, yeah.
So it is a mental thing. So you can't let that get to you. How do you handle that?
I think it starts with the nervous. It's good to be nervous, right? Like, or else you don't love it,
Right.
So I definitely will be nervous whenever that first game comes or whatever it is. But yeah, just you got to keep a clear head. I mean, you've prepared. That's what we do in the summer. That's why we train so hard. That's why I am, doing these things to prepare myself to be in that moment. Ready.
Do you think? I know I cut you off there. I'm sorry.
No.
But do you think what's more important, skill or speed in hockey?
That's it. Those go hand in hand. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you can't have one
without the other, eh?
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of both, especially at the levels
like,
you're at.
you got to be really smart, don't you? You got to make that split decision. Like in harness racing, my days are over, but I used to love to race, and I felt that I made some good split-second decisions in a race, and I loved that challenge. You have that in your mind when you're out there on the skates, your split-second decision, that I'm glad I made that decision right then, because there's no second chance, right?
Yeah, and you go, I mean, we are so well taken care of when it comes to video and, you know, player whatever. You go play, say, the Red Wings, and you get a detailed list of how each player plays and what systems they run and their power play and their penalty kill and how the goalie is and where he's the weakest. And I think that really helps, having a good coach that cares and is prepared, but that's how it needs to be at that level, because like you said, it happens fast and you need to make those split decisions. But then in the back of my head, I know, okay, Patrick Kane, he's going to go and try to stick handle and do this and that and that and that. Let's just play off him a bit and let him come to us, kind of thing. So it's all, you know, it's a cat and mouse game.
You know, at that league too, though, because we've had some Bob Daniels. I think the world of Bob, known him since the day he came to town. We lived out east of town there and raised his family here and lost his wife, and we all felt that. Bob was a big impact, always will be, to a lot of us in Big Rapids, and his history will show that more than a great coach that he was and what he did for Big Rapids, he was just a good man, got involved with the community and left his mark, as Jeff Pierce did in the football. But so simply put, it's always the coach's fault for failure.
Yeah.
Why is that? What? Because I mean, like, Bob produced a lot of good coaches out of Ferris.
Oh yeah.
Holy
yeah.
Lordy.
I mean, there's tons.
Blackville and
There's tons.
Yeah.
The
And,
new assistant coach at Ferris, he played under Bob.
Yeah.
He was one of my coaches too.
So I'm pretty sure you players learn from watching those coaches.
Yeah.
But boy, the NHL, I don't know if I could be a coach, because I mean, it's like not for long. If you have one bad season, it's your fault.
Well, I mean, even Dallas's coach this past year, he took him to the Eastern Conference or Western Conference Finals, whatever it was, and then they fired him.
Yeah.
So one step away from the Stanley Cup, he lost.
Because he'd been there a couple of years
Yeah.
and didn't get past that point. I think they got frustrated.
Right.
You know,
so it's like you're
maybe
a top
impatient.
4 team, and it's like you got to trust, I think, a little bit more, but that's not how hockey works. It's the turnover rate, like I said, is insane.
Yeah. So those coaches really are put on a lot of pressure on themselves. But do you see that pressure put on you guys from the coach?
Yeah.
For production?
Time and time again. I mean, not consistently, I would say, but you definitely know when they're on the hot seat, I think, and they'll let you know.
So how does that kind of affect those players, do you think? Do they try to overdo it sometimes, screw up?
No, I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's more of that's how it can create some division in the locker room, whether it be the coach taking it out on us and then, you know, some guys taking it out on the coach, and then it creates a separation. Now nobody's working together. You're working almost against each other, but still together, you know, because you have one goal, but you're doing 2 separate things. It's never good.
Yeah. But what do you think, Brian? Anything on coaching?
No, I think, I mean, when you take a position like that, no different than being a business owner, administrator, or what, you know, you're putting yourself out there, and you better be able to take criticism along with any praise that you get. And, you know, just always, you know, you always got to be looking ahead and thinking to do your best, and just accept what comes, and then understand that, okay, what's my next avenue then? You know, where am I going next? What am I going to do?
Right.
Bobby, you got any questions?
Not at all.
Not at all. Are you a hockey fan, Bob?
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's a lot. It's fast. And out east, though, it's been there forever, right?
Yeah, we had the Islanders, obviously. I was around when the Islanders started. And, of course, the Rangers. Rangers are Rangers. And, So I watched the Islanders back in the Billy Smith days when it was rough and tumble. It was a lot of fun back then.
Is there a lot more influx from other countries now other than Canada and America in hockey?
Oh, tons.
Okay.
I think we had 4 Czechs on our team last year, Slovakian, 2 Swedes. We had no Russians, which was kind of a surprise. They do in Minnesota. I think their best players, he is a Russian.
Really?
But it's kind of sad to see that the Americans are dropping off,
Yeah.
so much.
You're seeing a lot with the Canadians, though, too.
Yeah, and it's just getting to be like a world affair in the NHL, and it's
Kind of like baseballs,
yeah,
too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is too bad that we're getting, because yeah.
What are the expectations for
politics.
Minnesota this year? I mean, based on what last year, and everything can change from one year to the next, with a lot of parity sometimes.
Yeah.
What are your expectations, for Minnesota and their division, and how you think you guys will fare?
I would say the playoffs probably again. Hopefully you can go all the way, obviously, but we'll see. I mean, it's so early to tell.
Right.
It really depends on other teams too. Schedule wise, it looks okay. It's not too crazy, but you never really know in the NHL.
Right.
It's so back and forth, like I mean, as a fan of the game, or in the game too. I mean, it can go either way at any day of the week.
Is the injuries, percentage-wise, I know that affects the big boys when
Yeah.
you get a star. Do you get injured a lot in hockey?
Last year, when I was in Grand Rapids, I took a shot. It was game 50, and I broke my arm. So I was out the last 20 games of the season.
God, and then they still brought you out and put you on the NHL here.
Yeah.
That says a lot about your ability, doesn't it?
Well, it was definitely an honor. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely an honor.
Now, you have an agent,
Yes, I do.
so they negotiate terms and all that, and
Yeah.
this and that, eh?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, we got 5 minutes left, and we could talk forever.
Why don't we
I know.
take another 30 seconds out for Big
We're going to
Rapids
take
Tire?
a 30-second break
idea.
here for Big Rapids Tire. Bob Aldridge. We'll be right back.
Yeah. When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town. All right, 3 minutes before 10 o'clock.
All right, Bob. During break here, Brian just told us some sad news, but on whenever it's sad, there's a joyful moment in your life that sadness took over from you. And Brian, I'll let you talk about our good friend Gary Lau. I'll just say real quickly, I put him on the sign to pray for him, and we've done that a few times over the last couple of years. Gary has battled cancer. I'll remember him. Maybe we should do it another time because we've only got 4 minutes. But Brian,
Yeah, Gary passed away this morning. Just sad. He's out of pain though, and next to our Lord, and that's again the positive side of things, and it should be a celebration of life. Gary was a sheriff deputy at the sheriff's office for a while, and I came to really know him through being a magistrate at the 77th District Court here, and built a relationship not only with him but Linda's wife when she worked at the post office here. We got to build a relationship from there, and it's just taken off. And
I'll tell you what, Brian, not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But we'll do a tribute. I'll have you on next
Tuesday. We'll
morning.
get Dan on too.
Tuesday
Dan and
morning.
Stan.
Yeah.
I think that'd be something
We'll do
special.
this. So folks, next Tuesday on Curry's Corner, we're going to do a tribute to Gary Lau. I'll have Sheriff Brian Miller with me, and maybe your wife Heather would like to come in. And
Dan Spadowski, Stan Valier.
Dan was close to him, yep. But I got a lot of stories on Gary, so I can tell you from way, way back when, way before you guys even came to town. So showing my age, but right now we're in the mode of celebrating something that is historical for Mecosta County, especially Big Rapids, the city of. But and like I say, I started out the show with talking about eating corn from the Marek farm on Sheridan Street for many, many years. And the reason I started that up is because the Marek's foundation, Bradley here, is called work ethic. If you want to achieve your goal in life, I'm telling you, this comes from an old man. I started washing cars when I was 12 years old. And the other day, this past week, my grandson Owen comes out with a big card saying Curries Car Wash, ironically, and he started his own little car wash in his mother's yard there, mother and father's yard. And the first car he washed was Nanny Curries. And he had a price schedule all the way, what he would charge for the inside and outside. And Bill Shively this morning at the mayor's table, Owen came in there with some pennies that he collected from his Uncle Joe to cash in. And when he was done talking to Bill about the car wash, Bill says, wow, he's going to be a successful little entrepreneur, isn't he? How old is he? I said, he just turned 8. But, you know, work ethic is where it's at to be successful. I don't care if it's hockey or running the gas station. You work hard, you'll be successful. It's pretty simple. It's not how smart you is. It's about work ethic and making that relationship. And Bradley, you've done all that, and I commend you from that. You know, it gives me chills to think that you worked for me a little bit at a gas station. And when Matt told me you were going on to better things, I said, well, that's what people do when they start working in a gas station. You can't work here forever. But you did it for a part-time job there, I know, and we were very thankful because I could see the work ethic in you. You were going to go places. So, you know, you don't realize it, but you don't know how many people in this community are behind you and so proud to have even met you and be associated with you, and we're looking for some big things coming from you. But you know what, Bradley? You've already got there. You've got there. You made the big things, and I know you'll handle it well and be very successful in whatever you do. And the reason I asked you earlier on, what would you find yourself doing? And you've already marked that. You're going to be a commentator someday, watching them hockey games on TV. Yeah. They're going to say, hey, Billy, I got Bradley Marek with me today. He's just starting out as a commentator. He's going to be our play-by-play guy here in the NHL. So there's always bigger things than what you're doing right now. I can see that happening to you. But I really want to thank you for taking the time, come to Sheriff Miller and I's radio sports show here. I think it's been a very good one.
Excellent.
We're going to have you back on someday, and maybe next year, you know, when you get some time, you can come back on. But I want to thank you, too, for taking the time, you and your dad. It shows what kind of family you come from. You're giving back to the community already. Not too many 24-year-olds can say that because they're focused on their lives and what they can do for themselves. You're not that way, and then that goes right back to your grandpa. Great grandpa and all of that. So Marek, thanks a lot for being all of you, because you know what, there's more than just one Bradley Marek here. It's a family, and he's alluded to that in this program, don't you think, Brian?
Excellent.
Any last words for anybody out there, the little kids there, Bradley?
No, I mean, first of all, thank you guys. It was awesome to be able to come on and share some stuff for an hour. And to everybody, I mean, young and old, it doesn't matter. Just keep chasing your dreams. Keep doing whatever you love to do, because that's what's going to wake you up in the morning. And keep believing in the Lord's path for you, because that's going to take you the farthest. And everybody's got a plan, good or bad. So just keep trusting in Him and believing.
God bless you. I love that. The good Lord. You know, I got to tell you a little story. Yesterday, Owen. I said, Owen, after giving something, I don't know, we built a tree fort or something. I said, I suppose I'm the best man in the world. I bet you love me the most. He goes, no, I love God. I said, well, how do you know there is a God, Owen? He goes, because I believe. I believe. 8-year-old says that. That's pretty good. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Yeah, we're going to play it right after we get done.
Oh, my goodness. I don't have it. I don't have any favorite song.
No Toby Keith? You a Western guy or a rock guy or what?
I like country, so anything country. Throw some old country on there. Maybe some Johnny Cash.
There you
Johnny
go.
Cash.
Yeah.
Some Johnny Cash
How
on
about
there.
that?
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
he comes up and he left it like that.
Yeah.
It takes.
Yeah, right.
Take a pill. Take that little gummy I gave you earlier.
Where'd you lay that?
Did we go there?
No, that Johnny Cash, he's one of the best, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at me a second here.
Well, God bless
I just say
America.
WBZX Big Rapids, by the way, because we ran over.
Oh, we're already over time, yeah.
Yeah, look at
That's
that.
Yeah.
Double time and a half.
Thanks, Bradley.
Of course,
Yeah.
thank you guys. It was awesome.
So we'll finish things up and then we'll play that here.
All right. Thank
brought
you.
to you by Big Rapids Tire.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
very much.
Andrew, and God bless America.